Alrighty. Xemn's glove. So, this is going to be a little tutorial on how to use Xemn's glove. So, the item must be selected for it to be used. So we have the item selected. To use Xemn's glove, basically, you're going to hold the A button. You're going to hold the A button. And then you're going to push a block, a pushable block. They usually look like these. Like this. In the direction you want to move it. That's the most basic use of it. Now, what's special about Xemn's glove here is that you can push objects up if you hold A. If you jump while you press diagonally, you can push blocks upwards. You can push them from underneath and jump into them, kind of. As you go, you can tap A for that. You can do it while you're on top of them. So, here's the key to Xemn's glove that people usually mess up here. When you're holding A and you hit this block, whether that means you land on it with gravity or whether you're pushing into it, whatever direction you are pointing in, or the direction that you pointed in last, if you didn't hit the D-pad, the block will move in that direction. So what do I mean by that? So, if I'm standing on this block, and I hold A and I push to the right, and I hold right, the block's gonna go right. And that is how you solve this little puzzle over here, where you actually have to walk across. Those blocks up there are breakable. You walk across like this. It would be very wise for you to, whatever direction you're walking in, stay on the back end, because if for some reason you miss or something like that, you kind of like didn't hold it or you let go on beforehand, that way you don't walk off the block. Stay kind of like on the back end and just push forward with the block as you go. Now I'm going to talk about the last direction that you pressed. So that's actively pushing in a direction. So I can push diagonally upwards and push it up. I can push it sideways. I can push it either from underneath or from up top and push the direction that I want to push it in. Even diagonally downwards, even from below. Like that. See how I'm holding A and I'm pushing diagonally downwards? I can push it that way as well. I learned that you can actually do it from the ceiling as well. And do that. And push those down if you need to. Now, when you're jumping and you land on top of the block, you'll still push the block. So how do you know which direction the block's going to go? The last time you touch the directional is the direction it's going to go. So, see how I pressed up and I landed on it and I held A and it kind of just hit me? If I press down, it'll kind of just do nothing. Now, how about if I press to the right? I tap to the right, now I'm not going to hit right, I'm just going to hold A. The block goes to the right. I'm tap left, I'm not going to hit anything else, I'm going to hold A. Block goes to the left. Hit diagonally upwards, it's not really going to go. You see how the block has a tendency to go that way, but because I'm standing on top of it, it kind of stops it. You can essentially do that. So, that detail becomes important when you get to this section here, earlier in the game. You see how you'll come here, you'll push this block all the way, then you get to here, and you say, I'm going to push this block down, obviously. If you push the block this way, right, and you continue kind of like in a normal manner, you get blocked. And then you have to go back and you have to reset the room. So how do you avoid that? How do you get the block to go to the right? You're going to push it down. You're going to tap to the right. Just give it a little tap. Doop. You're going to hold the jump button. And it'll go to the right. It'll get right out of your way. That works, as I showed you, with anything. Tap to the left. It's going to keep going left. If I was still under it, it would keep going left. If I keep walking left, it'll keep going left along with me. If I tap right, but then I jump and hold it, and then I press left again, it'll go left. It's like right at the moment that you move. it'll go. But that's the key thing, is that the block remembers what direction you pressed last. So, when you're doing something like this, you said you're going to want to walk with it. Stay on the back end. Stay on the rightmost end because I'm walking left. Just in case I miss like that. That way it gives me kind of like a half a second to figure it out. Oh, see? Just like that. And if I pushed myself high enough, I could do that. But I didn't, so it is what it is. And that is essentially how you would solve that. Anytime you want to make sure you don't push the block. So for example, here, if I kept the glove on, I would push the block. But what I did was I changed to an empty item here, just so I could jump on this so the glove won't activate. Because if I did it while the glove was on, that's what would happen. Oh, cool. So we're gonna go do that. If I can get up there. I'll pause jump if I have to. Careful when you're hitting the ceiling. There are times when you'll readjust. The character kind of readjusts sometimes when he hits the ceiling. So if I'm slightly off, I'm going to show you. When I jump, you see I kind of readjust towards the center. I'm a little off center. But if I'm in the right angle, it'll readjust. Just watch out for that. And that's about it. That's pretty much Xemn's glove. Xemn's glove auto kills enemies as you push the block. So if you need to push a block into an enemy, it'll kill it. And that's pretty much it. Good luck.